What's up, Bakugan fans? It's D Hart here with the Bakugan Legends starter pack opening. Haos, SAIRUS Ultra with Aurelus, Auxillataur, and Pyrus, Cycloid, all in the Legends format. Although these three Bakugan came out in year 2 originally, Armored Alliance for the first time, these molds. So we get reprints year 5, 3 years later. Haos SAIRUS was actually one of the very first Bakugan that I ever found. So this is kind of fun. We're going back to the beginning for me. Here we go. I'm going to pop it open. All right, here are the contents. First up, I'm going to roll SAIRUS Ultra. Actually, let's look at him in his ball. Here we go. We got the dark gray and the darker teal that's new in this mold. With some of these lines here. Haos Tat. Okay, let me line this back up again. 3, 2, 1, Bakugan Brawl. Jumped right out of the camera. He's cool because he double cores. One of these ultras that has a cool tail can pick up 2 cores, although it's hard to roll him backwards and pick that up consistently. So not a consistent double core, more of a lucky double core when you're playing the game and you want to get the most cores on your Bakugan to get the most B power. Here's what he looks like opened up. And it's funny, I remember trying to learn how to close this the first time. I remember it being so hard, so difficult, and now, as I look through the camera, not that bad. Not that bad at all. I'll give a look really quick to see what he looks like when he opens up on screen, and I'll even roll him backwards this time, just a short one. Roll him back, make sure we get it perfect, line it up. We did like a back handstand, landed up right. Okay, there we go. There's the mold. Let's do Auxillataur. So here is what he looks like, closed up. Got that bright mustard going on. I think this was forwards. Short roll, missed it. Gotta be more dedicated. There. Auxillataur mold, Auxillataur. His horn comes out, doesn't it? This guy, in every iteration that they've made him, printed him, he has not been strong. I think one darkest version of him was really good for damage wins. He had like 9 damage, right? He has not historically been a strong Bakugan in this trading card game if you are playing. So we'll see what his card says. And then here's Pyrus, Cycloid. Couple different shades of orange, brown, it looks like there. Let's open him up. There he is. This is a really fun mold. This guy's always been really cool. 300B. I didn't see the base B on the other Bakugan. Wasn't looking close enough. Cycloid was cool because there were times where he would double core somewhat easily, although I'm not doing it very good now. Here's an example. So if you're really good at rolling, lining him up like that, get you a good double core. SAIRUS's B power was 500. And where is Auxillataur's? I don't know, if I can't find it in a second, I'll stop. I don't remember where this one's hidden, so. All right, we'll see. Here is the gate card. Year 4 gate card. Geogon there. And who's gonna be the lucky first card? Cycloid! Check it out, 300B, 8 damage, comes with fists, and this guy is super strong damage wins. If you land on a fist, you get to add another core from the field onto Cycloid. So if you're going for damage wins, because you have the Midas Indius or Mac cards in your hand, you're at 14, and then you add another 6 damage core, just like the one I'm holding, for 20. You got 20 damage that turn for damage wins, and that is half your opponent's deck. More than half your opponent's deck when you start the game, because you each draw 5 or 6 cards. 6 cards. It's been a while since I played, sadly. If you just use Cycloid's cards, you could get up to 14 and then a 3 and get up to 17. So very, very strong for damage wins. If you wanted to go the green fist route, you could be at 411 and your opponent opponent wouldn't have a core. That could also be a cool move for damage wins, because if your opponent needs a core, but you take their core and you put it on your side of the matrix, you're at 11. No Bakugan has 11 damage as a starting stat. The highest is 10, and at that, there's maybe only 1 or 2 Bakugan that have that. So you could be up in a damage wins version, or if you know that they're going damage wins against you, but you land on this, and you take their core and you're at 11, that's not bad. So this is kind of, it's diverse damage wins. If you're gonna go for B power, it's not gonna work. Let's see though. You're gonna get up to 550, and then you add a magic shield. Hopefully your opponents, from their side of the matrix, you'd be at 1211. Now that's high damage, not high B power. So you'd have to have a gear or something, but he's not gonna be super great for damage, or for B power wins. He's gonna need some help. But overall, this is a guy that I see myself using. So fun find, glad for the print, happy to have him. And if we move on to the next one, who is this gonna be? I'm mixing up the cores that came with it with the cores that I have right next to me. So I've already ruined it. I don't even know anymore. Auxillataur. Oh my gosh, look at this. They made him 900B. So this is probably the strongest Auxillataur mold character card that we have, I would think, unless there's that 10 damage one that you could use for damage wins. So unfortunately, with Aurelus, and not coming with the magic shield, he can only get to 1201 on his core, on the cores that he comes with, and on a core in general, because there's not a B power boosting core like these in the Aurelus faction. So you would need to be using a magic shield from one of your friends on your team, and there are plenty of Bakugan to choose from at this point that are double magic shields, so you could use one of their magic shields. You get up to 1550, that's competitive, that's good. And he comes with a Fire Fist, so he could even bring a Fire Fist and share it with your other teammates in case they needed to get some really high damage for a turn, counter some damage wins. So that's cool. I'm glad they printed him 900. It kind of makes us flirt with the idea of wanting to use him on a competitive team. But flirt is probably the strong word here. That doesn't mean that we're gonna go for it. I don't think he's strong enough to actually put him on your team. So here we go. Haos SAIRUS. Is he the strongest of the bunch? 500B, 9 damage, shield and a green fist, and on a victor, when you win the B power or damage battle, when you win the battle phase, you get to remove your opponent's core and you place it onto the matrix. So it's sort of like a core removal. It is a core removal. But those are really weak stats, really weak stats. So if you had a 400 Haos core, you're at 909 damage. That's really low B power to win a battle. Probably not gonna win that way. You'd have to get lucky and have your opponent miss. On a green fist, if you're going damage wins, it's 12 damage. That could be somewhat competitive, but like we saw, if your opponent is really heavy damage wins and is at 20, you're gonna lose with Ultra SAIRUS. So he's just not good enough. I don't think he's good enough to include him, to think about including him. If you had a Fire Fist from a teammate and you set your team up like that, you could be at 15 damage, and then victor, you can take the opponent's core. If you're sharing magic shields, he's gonna get to 1150 and 9. That's still just such low B power for trying to be competitive nowadays. So it's tough to see how this guy would work in unless you really just try to share a Fire Fist and compete with damage wins. You'd have to share that with a teammate. So more niche there, I would think. A lot more planning to make Ultra SAIRUS viable than just choosing a strong Bakugan in the Haos faction that's not Ultra SAIRUS. So there you go. Here are the 3 Bakugan. Let me know what you guys think. What is your analysis? Do you see yourself using any of these Bakugan? And are you going to pick up this pack or just leave it there? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. More openings like this coming soon. Year 5 Bakugan Legends.